All right. Sorry about the delay there, shipheads, and sorry about the perspective here in this game. Finally was able to get my horizontal streaming fixed. Well, I'm happy to inform you that I missed an leadoff single by Benson Dickrell, so the Shipbuilders have a runner on and nobody out here in the top of the first inning at Notre Dame Academy. Not ideal on this perspective from this first base side. Not unlike where I'm usually sitting at Bruce, excuse me, at Bruce Steinbecker Field. But oh, that one is absolutely laced into left field, and that's going to drop fair. And rounding first is Braden Steinbecker, who's going to have a stand-up double. Shipbuilders with runners on second and third, and Steiny helping his own cause before he even gets a shot at taking the mound, as he absolutely unloaded on that fastball and put it right down the line in left field. That'll bring up senior Vance Schrader with nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Vance batting right. Hit another home run. Was tied for the FRCC lead with 3. I don't know whether or not the bomb that he hit on Friday at Winneconne puts him in the lead by himself or not. I'll update you as the game progresses here, shipheads. And I need to run down a program, which I will do shortly. Number 39, ready. Here's the pitch to Schrader. That one driven deep to left center field. Back goes the outfielder, and it is gone. See you later for Vance Schrader, and the Shipbuilders are up 3-0 before they even get an out on that moon shot by senior Vance Schrader as he waltzes around the bases here. Goodness gracious. That one might have entered the stratosphere at one point of the apex of its flight. Shipbuilders had a walk-off win courtesy of Seth Gibo 12 days ago against these Tritons at home. At no point in that game did they have a lead this big. We're in the top of the first, still nobody out. Gabe Eichmann, that's a swing and a miss. Oh and 1 to Gabe Eichmann. That one outside, ball one, 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one into shallow center field. And Gabe Eichmann's got a hit. Shipbuilders all over the starter here. And I will get you this fella's name as soon as I can get that program, even though I'm sure number 39 would rather I didn't at this point. Eichmann at first. Cam Brown at the plate. Here comes number 39. That one driven to the gap between short and second. Eichmann's going to stop at second. Brown has the fifth Shipbuilders hit in this first inning. Every single guy who's come to the plate has gotten a hit. And we're going to have a pinch runner for Brown. That'll be Noah Blazer. Were you in the parking lot?
No, I saw it. Crazy.
Cade Groppentine to the plate now. Stands in there. Left side of the plate. 2 on. Nobody out. Here comes the pitch. That one inside, ball 1. Here's the pitch to Cade. That one driven into center field. It's going to get down for a hit. Shipbuilders 6 for 6 in their first 6 batters. Cade thought about digging for second. He's going to have an RBI out of the deal as Eichmann scores from second.
Go, Cade.
Runners at the corners now for the Ships. Nobody out in this first inning.
Right fielder, Zach Bradle.
We're going to have a conference at the mound here with the Tritons. I'm going to have to go get that program. Shipheads, I'll be right back. The action resumes. You're on. That's all of your TA responsibility.
My gosh. I knew it.
For a few minutes, we'll go through some of the fan responses. Local orthodontics, Gallagher's Pizza, Freddy's, Industrial Works, The Wellness Way, Gateway National Bank, Fire Construction, Valley Products Promotions, and Helen Auto.
We are back into action. 4-0, runners on the corners, 0 outs for senior Zach Bradle. Pitch. Takes one low, it's called strike.
Thanks, Johnny. Zach Bradle at the plate. He's going to pop it up on the infield and shortstop underneath it. He'll make the first out of the inning.
Shortstop for out number 1. And over up center fielder, number 14, Seth Gibo.
Bring up Seth Gibo. Drew Magnuson is the junior pitcher for the Notre Dame Tritons here at Harold Neville Field, right on the campus of Green Bay Notre Dame High School. Here's the pitch and check swing on the play by Gibo. Ridiculous call from short by that old fella out there who's serving as the field ump. And here comes Magnuson. Strike 2 on Gibo. I'm sorry, that was a ball. 1-1. Runners at first and second. Groppentine goes, and the throw is going to be late. They made the throw. Cade's going to get the stolen base. Blazer on third. Groppentine on second. 1 man down. 1-1. Is that 2 balls? Maybe. Hard to see from this angle. It's either 1-1 or 2-1. Magnuson, the pitch. That one driven into the outfield right at the right fielder. We're going to get a tag at third. And then Ships thought better of it. Great contact by Seth Gibo, who won the game against the Tritons with a walk-off single 12 days ago. He will be denied his first hit of this game, just based on the fact that he hit it right at the guy out in right field. Nick Brown in there, the DH position. That's a swing and a miss. Looked like he was behind it on the offering from Magnuson. comes the pitch. That one into the dirt. Runner at second is Groppentine. Runner at third is Noah Blazer. Batter is Nick Brown. Magnuson readies. Here's the pitch. That one high. Ball 2-1 to the senior. Here comes Magnuson. That one high ball 3-1 now to Brown. First base is open. Brown on the bottom of the order. That would bring Benson Dickerel back to the plate if he's able to reach. Here's the pitch. That one popped up to the pitcher. This should end the inning, and it will. And Magnuson gets himself out of it by making the routine catch there just off the mound to the left side. But the shipbuilders get all over Magnuson early as the first 6 batters he faced got base hits. Highlighted by the line drive double by Braden Steinbecker down the left field line and the towering home run that Vance Schrader hit to left center. Ships lead at 4-0 here early at Notre Dame Academy. And Shipbuilders ace Braden Steinbecker to take the mound shortly. We'll see you in a few minutes, Shipheads.
Just a quick reminder that our concession stand operated with baseball pairs is open. So if you're hungry, thirsty, there's something to eat or drink and watch some baseball, head on over there and patronize our concession stand. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I thought it was off the wall. I know how an umpire at second base can call
Check swing. Have this guy call it. You might as well have the home base guy call it. He's got a better view of it than this guy does. He can at least see the bat home. It's absurd that they do. I'm like 50 and my eyesight is shite. What do you even know when this guy's a bright sunny day? And Shipbuilders ace Braden Steinbecker will take the mound here. Did not look up Braden's current stats. I think he is still 3-0. I do know the relevant stat. Is that 0.00 ERA, and the first batter he will face is Jack Freilich. That one across a ball. So Freilich, 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one fouled up behind the plate, out of play into the, or beyond the cedar trees, directly behind the Triton dugout. Field design here has eliminated all distractions for the home team, as there's no available seating anywhere close. As you can see, maybe you can see through the chain link, how that dugout over there is surrounded by cedar trees. And that's one of the things that contributed to my suboptimal vantage point to run the video on this game, Shiphead, so my apologies. And 2-2 to Freilich. Here comes Steiny. That one fouled up behind the backstop again. Out of play. Will remain 2-2 to Freilich. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Steiny gets his first K of the evening on the first batter he faces. A week ago today, Steiny pitched an absolute all-time gem against the De Pere Redbirds. I believe he recorded 10 strikeouts in that game. It's a travesty of justice that he did not get to earn a victory there. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to batter number 2 here for the Tritons. Can't see a number on the front of that jersey, so I'm going to have to wait till he turns to tell you who this is. Here comes Steiny. Strike 2 right down Main Street for Braden Steinbecker. He's up 0-2 on whoever this guy is. Here comes Braden Steinbecker. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3 to number 8, Brennan Freilich.
Christian Collins.
All-world running back Christian Collins, the third batter in the lineup that Steiny will face. This kid shattered the rushing records this past season. Collins, a senior. Here comes Braden to Collins. There's a swing and a miss on Christian Collins' part. Steiny opening fastball blew it right past him. No balls and a strike. Steinbecker. Here comes Braden. That's another swing and a miss. Braden once again up 0-2 on the hitter for the Notre Dame Tritons. And there's a strike 3 swinging, and easier to hit a hole your offensive line opens up than it is to hit Braden Steinbecker. That's for certain. Shipbuilders, after 1 inning, lead this one 4-0 over the home team.
Oil, Global Tank Components, Diet Financial Group, Constellation, Chiropractic Wellness.
It's a good first inning for your pitcher. It's a nice first inning pitcher.
And the Pro Shop.
He struck out all 3.
Struck out the side. They didn't put a ball in play.
Second 2 batters were good strikeouts. Go off.
It's got to be boring being the fielder when Steiny's pitching.
Yep.
Top of the second.
Shipbuilders batted around in the top of the first inning, so the second inning will start the same way the first inning did, with Benson Dickrell leading off. Only one of those opening 6 hits I wasn't able to get on this live stream, so my apologies to the friends and family of Benson Dickrell, and most importantly to Benson himself. 1 ball, no strikes to left-hitting junior Benson Dickrell. Benson's out back out in left field today. Two balls, no strikes. Here comes Magnuson. There's a swing and a foul tip into the chain link. Two one swing and another foul right into the catcher's stance there. Two balls, two strikes now to Benson. Here comes Magnuson. That's a swing and a miss. Strike three. And that will retire Dickerel and bring up Braden Steinbecker, who hit an opening fastball all the way down the line and left for a stand-up double back in the top of the first. Here comes Magnuson. That one low and inside, ball one. I can't tell that from here. I think that's what he said. That one a waist high strike.
You ready?
The 1-1 to Braden Steinbecker. That one low, ball two, 2-1. One down, nobody on. Bottom of the second, or I'm sorry, top of the second here at Notre Dame Academy. And a bunch of French words. Swing and a miss. Strike two for Steiny. It's 2-2. Ships lead this one 4-0. Here comes Magnuson. Steiny gets a piece of that one, fouls it off first base side. And continued life for future St. Cloud Husky, Braden Steinbecker. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one driven into center field. And he will be retired by Brennan Freilich on that fly. That'll bring up Vance Schrader. With two men down, he hit a 3-run blast in the top of the first that gave the Shipbuilders their initial lead. They were able to build on it later in that inning. Here comes Magnuson. Vance sitting on 5 home runs in the season. Here comes the 0-1. That one a swing and a foul behind the batter there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Schrader. 2 men down here in the top of the second inning. Shipbuilders got to Magnuson early in that first inning. 6 straight hits to start this game off. Here's the pitch. That one, strike 2 to Vance Schrader. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 down here in the top of the second. Nobody on.
Get it going, bud.
Here comes Magnuson. That one driven again to center field. A rocket over the head of Brennan Freilich out there. Schrader digging for second. And Schrader's 2 for 2 with a double and a home run in the second inning. That one a frozen rope over the head of Brennan Freilich out in center field. He was on a dead sprint trying to catch up with it. No way he was going to get there. And we're going to get a courtesy runner for Schrader. If they could do that right away at the plate, it'd be much more likely he'd get that triple he needs for the cycle. I'm just kidding, Vance.
Pinch runner number 12, Tobias Noiser.
Come on, Gabe.
Drew Magnuson readies 2 out here, and Gabe Eichmann's going to launch one into right field, and nice diving play by Jack Freilich.
Right fielder to repair the side.
And that'll end the inning
One hit.
for the Ships. One left aboard. Ships lead at 4-0. Hey, Shipheads, this stream brought to you in part by Ridge Roller Customs. If you need a last-minute gift for mom, and she happens to be a disc golfer, you couldn't think of a better option than a brand-new custom-built Ridge Roller. Head over to ridgeroller.com. That R3XS is the perfect sporty little model for mom. Tell Joe and the crew over there that Sean sent you if you do decide to make that life-changing purchase here at the front end of the disc golf season.
Leadoff bomb the second. Third baseman, number 10, Drew Saginski.
Drew Suds to lead off the inning here for the Tritons. One of several Tritons players on this roster who is also a very talented basketball player. Braden Steinbecker, first pitch to Saginski. That one fouled on this first base side and almost into what remains of the turf field over here for the Notre Dame Trojans. 0-1 to Saginski. Steiny, the delivery. That one, high ball 1-1. Steiny did not miss by much on that delivery. One pitch. That one fouled again, right side. Again, it's going to be, ooh, that was not out of play.
Nice try.
Vance gave chase inside the fence there. Unable to catch up to it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Saginski. Steinbecker with the pitch. That one in the dirt, ball 2. 2-2. I believe Braden and Drew have played some club ball together along the way. I don't think I'm just making that up. Here comes Steiny. That one driven to left. Nice piece of hitting there for Saginski. Picked on a hop by Dickerel. He'll hold him to a single. The first hit of the game that Steiny has surrendered to these Tritons here in the bottom of the second. Speaking of talented basketball players. Adam Guyette will step to the plate with nobody out and a runner on. Sees his Tritons trailing the visiting Shipbuilders 4-0, trying to take a bite out of that deficit here. That one outside, ball 1-0. Braden back to first and looked like the throw beat Sajinski back to the bag, but it was on the chalk side instead of runner side. Here's the pitch. That one, a strike, a heater right down the boulevard. No, it isn't. It's a ball outside. My bad. Two balls, no strikes. Back to first again. Scampering back is Sajinski. That one in there for a strike. 2-1 now to Guyette. Back to first again. Sajinski back in at first. Here comes Steinbecker. That one low ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Adam Guyette. See if the Triton senior will be looking for something to hit here on 3-1. Here's the pitch. That one driven in the air, lofted though, and it will be Seth Gibo who makes the play. Back to first goes Sajinski. And a towering fly to center will retire Adam Guyette. One down, one on. Here comes Steinbecker, a swing and a miss for the batter here. Again, just because of the sunlight right now and my distance from the batter's box, I cannot make out the number, and I didn't hear the PA guy, so. The 0-1 pitch in there for strike 2. Steiny blows one past whoever that guy is. Up 0-2 in the count. Sajinski still at first base. He will take his lead there. Steiny been trying to catch him repeatedly here. And again, he'll come to Schrader trying to catch Drew Sajinski. Here comes Braden. Runner strays at the bag, and
Tyler's awarded first base and catcher's interference.
The batter is awarded the bag on a catcher's interference call. Concern right now is for Cam Brown. He looks like he may be a bit shaken up on the play.
Scored in a run for Notre Dame, number 12, Cam Michaels.
Shipbuilders continue to attend to Cam here. They're having a conversation. I think it's his left hand. So batter must have hit that gloved hand of Cam on that swing. Right now, it looks like Cam Brown's going to try to gut this out.
Number 24, left fielder Jack Collins.
I think they're going to afford him one practice throw. Coach Steinbecker watching intently as Cam takes a few pitches there from Steiny. Looks like Cam's gonna tough it out here. One down, two on, and the batter is number 24, Jack Collins. Here's Braden. That one popped up on the infield. It's going to be Braden, and he lost it. And that one is a fair ball. Infield fly rule in effect. So the out is awarded. I think Steiny was looking straight up at the sun on that play, just over my left shoulder, trying to locate that ball. Drifted in the wind because it was hit so high. So the runners advance to second and third. Steiny going to try to end it by getting the batter here, obviously. That one hit on the ground to second. Play made there by Eichmann, and the batter is retired, and that is Sawyer Klein. So 2 left on for the Tritons. Shipbuilders lead it 4-0 after 2.
Moving off to more sponsors. Here's Custom Cabin, LLC, Apparel, and Energy, Alliance Insurance, Fireman Creamy, the new Toyota, Margaritas, the Lindstrom family, the Remington family, and Rick and Jenny Fire. Off the top of the third. Catcher, number 6, Cameron Braun.
We'll get a chance right away to see if there are any ill effects on holding a bat from that left hand of Cameron Brown that was hit last inning behind the plate there. Opening pitch from Magnuson is in there for strike 1. Shipbuilders' second time through the order, not nearly as explosive as the first time through. That all happened in the top of inning number 1. That one outside ball 1. It's 1-1 on Cam Brown. Here comes Magnuson. That one caught the high side of the zone there for a strike 2. It's 1-2 on Cam. Here comes Magnuson. That one way high. Ball 2-2 to Brown. Here comes Magnuson. That one driven over the second baseman, seeing eye single for Cam Brown. And whatever the extent of that injury is to that left hand, he's feeling well enough to get the barrel of the bat on the ball and bloop it out there to right field for an opening single for the Ships here in the top of the third inning. Noah Blazer in to run for Cam. Cade Groppentine, who had an RBI single in the first inning, will step to the plate. Magnuson readies. No one down here in the third. Back to first. Scampers Blazer. Throw off the mark. That took any potential drama out of that situation. Here comes Magnuson. That one fouled back by Cade. It's 0-1 on the junior shortstop, Cade Groppentine. Here's Magnuson. That one driven to second, potential double play ball. He's going to take the play at first, as he had determined either they weren't on the same page or he didn't think he was going to be able to get Noah Blazer. So Cade will advance the runner to second. Zach Bradel will step to the plate with one man down. Here in the top of the third, Ships lead this one 4-0. One man down, runner at second, Zach Bradel at the plate, Magnuson readies. Here's the pitch. That one in the dirt. Blazer will head back to second base. Magnuson. The delivery, that one hit on the ground to the third. Runner, oh, that's foul territory. Junior Drew Magnuson now. 1-1 to senior Zach Bradel. That one driven over the head of the shortstop into shallow left. At third, ball bobbled. Now breaking for home is Blazer. There will be no play at the plate. A RBI single for senior Zach Bradel, and the Shipbuilders lead is 5-0 here in the top of the third inning at Notre Dame Academy. And a bunch of French words. I think initially Steiny was holding the runner at third, but the bobble in left changed his mind, and Blazer was able to score without a throw to the plate. Seth Gibo now with a runner at first, one man down. He will face Drew Magnuson, who has been shelled here early. Here's the pitch to Seth Gibo. That's right down Main Street. Strike one. Gibo with a nice day yesterday against fellow senior Ed Bolchin, who notably is not a baseball player. A challenge situation. Seth went 4 of 10 with 2 home runs, I believe the number was. Here comes Magnuson. That one driven into deep right center, and it's still going back up against the wall. Runner at first is Bradel. He's going to stay at third, and the Shipbuilders have runners at second and third after a long double by senior Seth Jibo. So the Ship's bats still alive here at Notre Dame Academy at Harold Neville Field. They lead this one 5-0. We're in the top of the third. Nick Brown to the plate with runners in scoring position. And we're going to talk things over here. I think that might be it for Drew Magnuson. Oh.
That's my uncle. I talk to John about it every day. Yep. He just got his haircut. So that would be Denzel's great uncle. Really? Oh. Yeah.
Now pitching delivery, number 9, by Baumgartner.
What happens in like small cities. I like that. Yeah. It was so funny because so I actually grew up in Sweden, but then like small community here in Manitowoc, and my daughter's two best friends from high school, their fathers were the people that I'd actually watched on dates with. So weird because then I was like I have to like see them. I know. I'm like, why are they best friends? Like, it's so odd. And why do they have girls the same year that I have girls? So it just worked out. My sister and dad were yeah, but this is even more like
Nick Brown.
Sorry about that. Shiphead's new pitcher on for the Tritons. Batter is Nick Brown. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brown. The new pitcher is Ty Baumgartner, a sophomore righty. And he's thrown 1 ball and 1 strike thus far. Runners at second and third for the Ships. They lead this one 5-0. And that one chopped on the ground. Suicide squeeze. They're going to go first to make the play, and they will retire Nick Brown. Great bunt put down by Brown. And the Shipbuilders will manufacture a run there. Brown went up and chopped that one to the ground. And the Ships lead this one 6-0 once they get done updating that scoreboard. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Leadoff man, Benson Dickerel, will bat for a third time here in this third inning. It's usually a good sign, Shipheads. 9-on-9 action here. That one, tall, ball 1. It's Baumgartner, and the runner's going to break from third. Jibo's going to steal home, and the Shipbuilders lead it 7-0 as the fleet-footed senior takes advantage of the miscue by the Tritons and the Shipbuilders. Now lead at 7-0 on the top of this third inning. Good heads-up base running by Seth Gibo. Dickerel waits now with the bases empty. Here comes Baumgartner. That one driven right up the middle. It's going to be a beautiful play by the shortstop, and he will retire Dickerel at first base on a fantastic defensive play out there behind second base. But the Shipbuilders strike 3 more times, and we'll head to the bottom of inning number 3 with the Ships leading this one 7-0 on the road at Notre Dame Academy.
But the problem is that I think everybody else has the same tolerance.
It's probably more than I've ever done in your class.
Probably more than Atia's ever done in any semester.
Lead off ball in third to fight. Shortstop, number 86, Chip Ravelski.
It'll be number 86, Trip Wilbilski, a freshman, to lead off the inning for the Tritons. And in there for strike 1 on the fastball is Braden Steinbecker. Wabilski awaits the 0-1 delivery, and that's a ball he will take, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't be a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes Steinbecker. That's check swing. He didn't go. It's 2 balls and a strike to Wabilski. Grabentine aghast at the call. That one launched in the left field. Back goes Benson, and he'll retire Trip Wabilski. Number 86 will head back to the dugout after he is 86'd by Benson Dickerel. Bring up number 1, Jack Freilich, the leadoff guy. Shipbuilders leadoff guy has batted 3 times. Second at bat for the Tritons counterpart. And that one launched again into left. There's Dickerel, and he will retire number 1, Jack Freilich. And these short at-bats are a starting pitcher's best friend when you are factoring in that pitch count.
Correction, well back for Notre Dame, number 12, Cam Michaels.
Cam Michaels to the plate now with 2 down in the Tritons' third. Michaels, a junior. Here comes Steinbecker. That one hit to third. It's going to be Turner Sorensen. Nice play on a tough bounce. Long throw to first. Great play, Turner Sorensen, excuse me. And Shipbuilders have a quick inning there. And Steiny very efficient as we head to the top of the fourth with the Ships leading 7-0. Hey, Shipheads live stream brought to you in part today by Two Extremes Bar and Grill. You want to hang out with a fun crowd, get down to 2X right around 7 o'clock tonight when that doubles league is finishing up. I assure you, you'll get to hang out with good people. Tell the bartender Sean sent you.
Lead on top of 4, Steinbecker.
Once again, Ships will face number 9, righty Ty Baumgartner on in relief of Drew Magnuson. Shipbuilders rocked Magnuson early, and that led to this 7-0 lead. Steiny at the plate for the third time, and that one high ball 1 from Baumgartner. Steiny scorched a line drive double down that left field line as part of that big first inning for the Shipbuilders. Right before his running mate Van Schrader hit one out of here to give the Ships a 3-0 lead. Lead currently stands at 7-0 here on the top of the fourth. Here comes Baumgartner, 1-1. Goodness gracious, Ricky Vaughn, job over the head of everyone by 3 feet. And obviously talking about pre-corrective lens, Ricky Vaughn. Two-one delivery to Steiny. That one in the dirt, and Baumgartner having some trouble with the control currently. 3 balls and a strike. The last 2 pitches comically bad. Three-one delivery. That one fouled first base side. Play here is not going to be made by the first baseman as he lunged at it. As Steiny will receive continued life here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. Nobody down here in the Ship's fourth. Ty Baumgartner readies. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back. Steiny staying alive. We'll do it full once again. Braden Steinbecker. First team all-conference performer, off to a great start at the plate and on the mound, obviously, this year. Payoff from Baumgartner. That one driven again into left field, and that will be retired
bring up
out there by whoever's out there in left field. One man down here in the ship's fourth. They'll bring up hot and heavy hitting first baseman Vance Schrader, leading the FRCC in home runs, tied in the entire state in D1 for total home runs. Vance would love to break that tie here, as would all of the assembled Shipbuilders fans. Like to see him do that. Swing and a miss. He had designs on it on that swing. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Schrader. One man down here in the fourth for the Ships. Here comes Ty Baumgartner. That one in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-1. Schrader patient at the plate. Two one pitch, and he put it right in the middle of the 2 and the 1 on his back as Schrader wears that fastball, and all he got out of it was a free trip to first base. So with 1 down, Vance at first. Eichmann, the batter. Back to first goes Schrader, and he's there easily on the slide, head first, back to the bag. That one high to Eichmann. Ball and no strikes to Gabe Eichmann. 1 man down. Ships lead at 7-0 in the top of the fourth. Here comes Baumgartner. That one over the back of Gabe Eichmann. Baumgartner just lit up Vance right in the back. A little less altitude on that one, and he would have done the same for Gabe Eichmann. Back to first again. Schrader in safe on the return. Vance will take his leave. Baumgartner. The delivery. That one low ball. 3 to Gabe Eichmann. 3-0 to the Shipbuilders' second baseman. Gabe is ready. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Eichmann gets the base on balls. Baumgartner will have a chat with his catcher about the current scenario that he's living with Cam Brown coming to the plate. So Baumgartner able to retire Steiny on the line drive to left field. Then he hit Vance and walked Eichmann. Now he faces senior catcher Cameron Brown. With runners at first and second, here comes Ty Baumgartner. That one in there for strike 2 to Cameron. 1 out here in the fourth. Ships lead at 7-0 at Notre Dame Academy. Baumgartner steps off now. Back on the mound is Baumgartner. Stretch, pitch. That one, a wild pitch all the way back to the fence. Both runners will advance safely. Now it is Schrader at third and Eichmann at second. Still one man down. 1 ball and 2 strikes to senior catcher Cameron Brown. Here comes Baumgartner. Ball 2. 2-2 to Cam. That one high. Baumgartner on in relief of Magnuson. Here comes Ty. That one fouled back by Brown. There is some activity over there in the Tritons bullpen. Brown awaits. Baumgartner readies. Runners at second and third take their lead. Ball 3 and strike 2 to Cam Brown. Payoff pitch here for Baumgartner. That one low and outside, ball 4, bases loaded now for junior Cade Groppentine with 1 man out here in the 4th inning. They're going to get the courtesy runner for the catcher. Noah Blazer will take Cam's place at first base. Cade will stand in there from the left side with the bases juiced, full of his buddies, looking to break this one open. 1 man down.
Come on, Cade.
Ty Baumgartner readies. Here's the pitch. That one hit on the ground. Double play potential. Tag at the runner, and they are going to get the double play to end the inning for the Ships. Second baseman made the play, able to put the tag on Noah Blazer and get the throw to first to retire the batter, and the Tritons will take that to get out of that inning. And Ships lead at 7-0 after 3.5.
Green Bay Rockers, Hog House and Belt, Bear, Jersey Blake Subs, PTS Contractors, Mountain Lakes Pizza, Holy Pizza Cannoli, Sale Construction, and Immo Construction.
Mountain Bikes Pizza. Interesting. She said no.
Lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Titans, number 11, Jacob Riedekin.
Number 11 on here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Tritons, it's going to be sophomore Jacob Rieneking. 1 ball on the first pitch to Rieneking. Here comes Steiny. That one fouled back. Strike 1, 1 apiece to the sophomore. Bruce out to talk to Braden here. Steiny really quickly got Bennett Johnson up and working here in the Shipbuilders bullpen. Not exactly sure what the current concern is for senior Braden Steinbecker. Maybe a cramp. Looks like he's trying to work something out. What's up? What's up with Brady? Cramp or something? Ah, gotcha. I think Steiny's going to give it a go. Maybe his back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes Steinbecker. That one outside. Brought the heat there, did Braden. Missed that outside corner. Here comes Braden again. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 to Rieneking. Nobody down here in the Tritons 4th. Here comes Braden. That one in there, strike 3 looking on the sophomore. And the concern for pitcher Braden Steinbecker still looked like he had all his velocity and control on that first batter. So hopefully he's okay and able to remain in there. He's pitched a very efficient game, pitch count-wise here at Notre Dame Academy. Chips lead at 7-0. That one in the dirt, uncharacteristically. Ball 1. Pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 1-1. And I think that's Drew Sajinski in there. Or I'm sorry, Cam Michaels facing Steiny. That one high, ball 2, 2-1.
You want him to stop?
2-1 pitch. That one fouled back. It's 2-2. Coach Hadler out to give a little instruction to the bullpen here. 2-2 delivery for Braden Steinbecker. And that one popped up on the infield. Looks like Braden will be able to make a play and retires number 10, Michaels.
Adam Kayat.
We'll bring up senior Adam Guyette. I think Guyette's playing out there in left field, but I'm not sure. Here comes Steiny. That one in there for strike 1. Looked like a change of pace to Guyette. 0-1 pitch forthcoming for Braden Steinbecker. 2 out in the inning. That one hit on the ground, 2-3. Going to be a play for Turner. He'll pick it cleanly. Throw is wide, and Vance unable to make the play there on the stretch. Is a long stretch and a tough throw from Sorensen all the way across from third base. So Guyette reaches on a base hit, I assume, and a base runner for the Tritons with 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Bring junior Miles Hunter. Hot pop country walk-up tune for Hunter, as he will go hunting for Triton's first run of this game with 2 out here in the 4th. Here comes Braden. That one fouled back by Hunter. No balls and a strike. Senior Braden Steinbecker has been in control throughout on the mound here today. Enjoying a comfortable, for the time being, 7-0 lead. Here's the pitch. That one outside. 1-1 on Hunter. The runner at first is Guyette. 2 men down. Ships lead at 7-0 in the bottom of the 4th. One back to first goes Steiny, trying to catch Guyette napping. Comes Steiny. That's a swing and a miss from Hunter. And he was hunting to get the Tritons off the skunk board on that swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Steiny gives a glance to Guyette. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back. Hunter staying alive. Here comes Steinbecker. That one outside, ball 3. I'm sorry, ball 2, 2-2. Two pitch. High ball 3, 3-2. Guyette makes his way back to the bag here at first. 2 out. Braden looking to get out of the inning. Full now to Hunter. Time called at the plate. Back at it here, payoff pitch from Steinbecker. That one fouled out of play. We'll do it again full. Three 3-2 pitch forthcoming. 2 men down. Here comes Steiny. That one in play perhaps on that left side. Cam Brown giving chase and up on the roof of the Tritons dugout. We're going to do the full count for a 3rd time and hope it's the charm for the pitcher. The 3-2 for Braden Steinbecker. Runner goes at first. That one fouled back again. We'll do it a 4th time.
They tell those kids to go get the ball, or that they wouldn't.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and that one driven into center field. That's going to find the gap runner. Going to round third now. Throw is coming. Cutoff won't be in time. And the Tritons get a run here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 2 outs. A timely base hit, and what an at-bat for Hunter of the Tritons there to stay alive. Faced full count 4 times, and the 4th time he ripped it into the gap in left center field.
Number 27, Gavin Gretzinger, coming as a courtesy runner.
So Braden Steinbecker surrenders his first earned run of the entire season with that 2-out base hit.
Go, boys. Just one. Just one.
That's going to bring up Jack Collins. Runner on second, 2 men down. Here comes Steiny. That one outside a ball or inside, I'm not exactly sure. One ball, no strikes to Collins. Here comes Steiny. That one in there, right down Main Street, strike 1. It's 1-1. Here comes Steinbecker. That one a high ball, 2-1. Courtesy runner out that second. I didn't catch who that was. Christian Collins, all-world running back, awaits the 2-1 pitch. That one, low portion of the strike zone, strike 2. It's 2-2 on Collins. Here comes Braden Steinbecker, the 2-2 pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3 in the inning. Ends with the punch out of Collins. Ship surrender 1. Tritons leave a runner on. It's 7-1 after 4 innings. Once again in the 5th inning here, Ty Baumgartner will work in relief for the Tritons. He will face Zach Bradel here to lead off the inning. Shibs lead this one 7-1. Baumgartner, the opening pitch to Bradel. Over his head, ball 1. Baumgartner was experiencing some difficulties with his control in the 4th inning as well. Looks like it has jumped to the 5th. Again over the head of Bradel. way over the head of Bradle. 2 balls, no strikes. Here comes Ty Baumgartner. That one high, ball 3. He has been way up in that strike, way up on the high out of the strike zone on all 3 pitches to Bradle. You'd think Zach would be making him throw a strike here at 3-0. And he is unable to do so. 4-pitch walk to senior Zach Bradle to start inning 5 for the Ships. And if you are a 10-run rule enthusiast, that's a great start to this inning. Not getting greedy here, Shipheads, don't get me wrong. Don't come crying that I'm jinxing anything later. I'm not predicting that. Just saying that's the current math. If the Shipbuilders are able to plate 4 runs in this inning, and the Tritons are unable to respond at all in the bottom of the frame, it's a W. So Baumgartner is going to see if he can settle down here a little bit and rediscover that strike zone for the sake of the Notre Dame Tritons. And we're going to have a chat from the bench here. And inning potentially might be over for Ty Baumgartner.
Okay. So you can watch it.
Well, after further deliberation, the Tritons are going to hand tie the ball and tell them to go get them. Nobody out here in the Ship's 5th. Senior Seth Gibo at the plate. He scored last time around on a heads-up play as he stole home on a bobbled exchange between catcher and pitcher. Back to first, trying to catch Zach Bradle. They will not. Gibo waits at the plate from that right side. Here comes Baumgartner. That one high and inside. Ball 1 to Seth Gibo. Seth Gibo has proven to be a tough out all season long for opposing pitching. Here comes Baumgartner. That one a strike. 1-1 to Gibo. Baumgartner again, that one ripped to short, double play potential. They're going to go to second for the lead man. They will not turn 2 on the play. Bradle is retired. Gibo at first, 1 man down for Nick Brown, who executed a beautiful suicide squeeze bunch. Easy for me to say, Shipheads. Suicide squeeze bunt where he went up in the strike zone and chopped it out of the air and put it down that left field line to score a run in his last plate appearance. Here comes Baumgartner. That one way high, ball 1. Seth takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch to Brown. Up over his head again. Baumgartner has thrown 5 pitches in this inning over the head of the batter. Two balls, no strikes. Jibo at first, 1 man down in the Shipbuilders' 5th. Here's the pitch to Brown. That one inside, ball 3. And Baumgartner flirting with another 4-pitch walk here. Seth back to first. Ship's call time there. Three balls, no strikes to Nick Brown. Here's the pitch. That one a wild pitch. Jibo doesn't need to take advantage of it as he'll move up on the base on balls and see if that gets further deliberation out of the Tritons. It looks like that dugout door is opening again, and we will, I would expect, get the pitching change here. So a few minutes off, and we'll be back momentarily, I would expect here, Shipheads.
Since we don't get the delicious oatmeal cookies, I told you there's extra. Isn't there only 20? Well, there's a couple coaches, so I don't want to miss them.
Yeah, Coach Johnson's known to take 2 or 3.
You don't feel this number's just gonna Karen's. Just keep, go ahead. Get bigger and bigger. I'm not. I told them this is like the time of the year where the oatmeals go way up because they all ask for them. They're good. That was like always one of my favorite cookies when I was a kid. But that like Little Debbie's like oatmeal cookies. But now they changed them. Now they're like this tiny. They're really small. They don't taste the same. I don't allergies, so I don't buy many store-bought ones. I don't know.
Batter Spencer Dickerell on the first and second.
It'll be Adam Guyette, senior, on to work the final 2/3 of the 5th inning. The Tritons hope, as he will face Benson Dickerell with 2 men on and 1 man down here in the 5th inning. That one in the dirt from Guyette. Guyette, all-around good athlete. I don't know what he does in the fall with himself, but a fantastic basketball player for the Tritons, a participant in the 3-point shootout at state in 2024, participant in the dunk contest at the FRCC versus FBA. That one hit on the ground and going to be played by the second baseman, leadoff guy at 2. Runner will advance to 3rd. That is Jibo. 2 men down now for Bubba Danielson, as I was saying. Guyette, one of the few players that represented in that dunk contest in the All-Star game for the FEA and FRCC last month. So, 2 down here in the 5th inning. Bubba Danielson will face Guyette as he did on the hardwood a couple of times this year. That one high ball one to Brett. Now Guyette steps off the mound. Bubba Danielson, 1 ball, no strikes. Runners at the corners. That one high ball 2. Danielson up 2-0 in the count. Two balls, no strikes. Here comes Adam Guyette. Swing and a miss from Bubba. 2-1. Ships really threatening to break it open in the last inning, as that one ended with the bases loaded on a double play. Runner at second is going to go. Triton's not going to mess around with that 2-out trickeration from the Shipbuilders. And as Jibo showed them last time he was on third, you don't mess with those wheels. All it takes is an instant for him to just cover that 90 feet intervening between third and home. Here's the pitch. That one, a called second strike. And we are full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners will be moving here on the pitch. Chips looking to break off a couple extras here in their half of inning number 5. Here's Guyette. That one driven to deep left, got under it, back goes the left fielder, back still, and he'll make the grab at the warning track to end the inning. Bubba just got underneath that one. Otherwise, it would have been the Ships' second long ball of the game. As it stands, Ships leave 2 on. Score none into the bottom half of the 5th inning. We go. Get up and stretch them out, Shipheads. We'll see you in a couple minutes.
Leadoff bottom of the 5th, Sawyer Klein.
Sawyer Klein on to face Braden Steinbecker, Ships starter here in the bottom half of inning number 5. It's 7-1 in favor of the Ships. Braden, a little uncertainty at the beginning of that last inning as he was dealing with a pull or a cramp or something along those lines, it appeared. But he is back in there and dealing. That one hit on the ground. Going to be the third baseman, Sorensen. Long throw, and that one will retire Klein. Great play by Turner At the high corner over there, out number 1, and a short at bat, a starter's best friend.
Now batting, Trip Wabilski.
Back to the plate is Trip Wabilski, number 86. That one in there for strike 1 on Wabilski. No balls and a strike to the sophomore infielder. Strike 2 on Wabilski. On a average height fella, those are going to be low for a ball, but on Wabilski, they're finding the bottom of that strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tripp. Here comes senior ace Braden Steinbecker. That one outside, ball 2, it's 2-2. Here comes Steiny. That one, strike 3, punches him out looking. And Steiny will 86 Wabilski. Two down in the bottom of the 5th. That will bring up number 1, Jack Freilich, from the left side of the plate. That one hit on the ground. Back to the mound. Steiny will pick it and throw it. And another quick at-bat. Steiny bounds off the field. Shipbuilders quickly through the 3 hitters here in the bottom of the 5th. We move to the 6th. Shipbuilders lead it 7-1. We'll see you momentarily, Shipheads.
Ticket change for Notre Dame. On the ball, number 10, playing third base, Adam Diane.
I know.
On top of the 6th. Raider.
Well, short relief stint for Adam Guyette there in the Shipbuilders 5th as he is replaced by Drew Sajinski. senior number 10, to face Vance Schrader, the current FRCC and D1 leader in the state of Wisconsin in the home runs category. Vance to lead off this 6th inning. And that one drilled to short in the gap. Schrader continues to swing a scorching hot bat as he will reach via single as he punched it right between the third baseman and the shortstop. Shipbuilders in business again. One pitch from Sajinski. An obscene gesture from Schrader directed at his own fans. As they are heckling his wheels. That one popped up out of play. No balls and a strike here to Gabe Eichmann. That one, a change of pace that finds the zone, and it's no balls and 2 strikes to Gabe.
Come on, Gabe.
That one in the dirt. Vance opts to stay put over here at first.
Come on, Gabe.
1-2 on Eichmann. Runner at first is Schrader. Here's the pitch. That one driven to center field, and play is made out there. Boy, he hit that one a ton, but it was right at number 10, Cameron Michaels, out there in center. Yeah, I don't know why they got two number 10s on the roster. Here's Michaels and Sajinski both. Yeah, I think that's Collins out in center. My bad, shipheads. Back to first is Vance as he dances around the tag attempt. Sajinski readies. Here's the pitch. That one in there for a strike. 0-1 on Cam Brown. 1 man down here in the Shipbuilders 6. Here's Sajinski. That one outside. Ball 1, 1-1. Vance Schrader at first. 1 down in the inning. Back again is Vance. Ships lead this one, thanks in large part to Vance's exploits at the plate, including a 3-run home run in the top half of inning number 1. Here's the pitch for Cam. That one high, ball 2. It's 2-1. 7-1 on the scoreboard in favor of the visiting Shipbuilders. There's a pitch from Sajinski. That one low. Ball 3. 3-1 to Ship's catcher Cam Brown. Here's the pitch. That one high, ball 4. Brown at first. Schrader at second. 1 man down for Cade Groppentine. Cade will stand in there from the left side. Here's Sajinski. That one I called strike one. Oh and 1 on Cade. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 to Groppentine. Down 0-2 in the count now is the Shipbuilders shortstop. Runners take their spots. That one lofted into shallow center back. Goes the fielder. That's going to hit the ground. And runners are going to be safe all around as they nearly got Vance on the force over there at third. That's not going to help his argument with the fans here. But everyone
Unhook the trailer, huh?
able to get in there safely. Cade, his second base hit of this game as he bloops one right over the infield. A high blooper, but effective. Zach Bradel with the bases loaded here in the top of the 6th inning. Sajinski with one man down. Nowhere to put Zach Bradel. Here's the pitch. That one, a ball on the outside. Here comes Drew Suds. That one rocketed center field. Back goes Collins. He'll make the play. Vance with the tag and score all the way from third. Runner from second will advance to third, and the Ships lead it 8-1. And that'll bring up senior Seth Gibo. Two down in the inning now on that long fly ball from Zach Bradel. Senior Seth Gibo stands in there. Got home soccer action tomorrow night, Shipheads, as the Manitowoc Lincoln Ships will host the Ashwaubenon Jaguars at 6 o'clock. Here comes Sajinski. That one low, ball one to Gibo. Runner at third is Blazer. Runner at first is Groppentine. The batter is Seth Gibo. Here comes Drew Sajinski. That one fouled out of play over my head. It will hit harmlessly on the grassy knoll area overlooking the torn up Triton's turf on the football/soccer field over behind me here as they are replacing that field as we speak. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gibo gets contact again, fouls it back behind him again. 2 outs, 2 strikes, 1 ball, 2 runners on as we play here in the top of the 6th. Groppentine goes. That one rocketed. The gap right center field, and Collins is able to track it down. That'll be the inning. Seth made great contact there and gave it a ride, but the speedy Collins was able to make the play out there in left center to end the Ships' threat here in the 6th. After 5.5 complete, 8-1 in favor of Manitowoc Lincoln. He hit that one hard. Yep.
Oh, it was still a good crack. Thank you.
Braden Steinbecker back on for the Shipbuilders. He is the starting pitcher of record here. Up 8-1. Note he has surrendered his first earn run of the season, but I'm sure he will trade that for the win 10 times out of 10. Here's the first pitch of the 6th inning, and that's in there for a strike with plenty of velocity still on it here as Steiny works the 6th. That one hit him. So, free pass the hard way for number 12 of the Tritons, and that is 12 is a mystery. So with nobody out and one man on, back to first comes Steiny trying to catch this unknown player here wearing number 12. Here's Steiny. That one is a strike called. 0-2 now on Reineking. Oh, 2 pitch for Steiny. That one high, ball 2. I'm sorry, ball 1. 1-2. Back to first again. Trying to catch 12. He lost his glove as he slid back into the bag. He will retrieve that and reapply it. Here comes Steiny. That one fouled back. Still 1-2. Runner on, nobody down here in the bottom of the 6th at Notre Dame Academy. Ships lead at 8-1. New ball being donated by the Tritons dugout. One and 2 on Reineking. Here comes Steinbecker. That one fouled. First base side. Onto the old track. Over my left shoulder. We'll do 1-2 again here with nobody down in the bottom of 6. That one high, ball 2, 2-2. Jacob Reineking battling here at the plate. Here comes Steinbecker. That one driven into shallow right, and trying to slide and make a play there was Bradle, unable to, and he'll run it down. We're going to have a cut at second. Run will score all the way from first.
Base hit to bring in a run.
And the Shipbuilders lead stands at 8-2 here in the bottom of the sixth. Still nobody down.
Brings up Drew Suchinsky.
Runner at second.
No worries, no worries. Here we go.
Braden Steinbecker now will face Drew Suchinsky. Here comes Steiny. That one outside, ball one. 1-0 on Suchinsky. Here comes Braden. That one outside, ball two. 2-0. Nobody down, bottom of the sixth. First signs of any kind of struggle for a starting pitcher, Braden Steinbecker, here in the sixth inning. That one high, ball three, 3-0. Suchinsky ahead in the count here. That one high, ball four. And still nobody down here in the Triton sixth. Runners at first and second. And we're going to have a conference.
Adam Zayat.
Some action now in the Shipbuilders bullpen.
Right in.
Junior Bennett Johnson will start loosening up again here. That one hit on the ground, double play ball possibility, and it's going to find the gap, however. Everyone's safe all around, bases loaded, nobody out.
Miles Hunter.
That one just found that gap between third and short.
No worries. Here we go, boys.
Ships lead this one 8-2. In trouble here in the bottom of six. Braden Steinbecker on the mound. Here's the pitch. That one high, ball one. Steiny struggling to find that strike zone. Runner at first is Adam Guyette. He just got the base hit that loaded these bags here. That one hit on the ground again to short. Again, it's going to get off the infield there, off the glove of Cade Groppentine. 2 more runs score. 8-4 here in the bottom of the sixth.
They'll bring in 2 runs and put runners at first and second and bring up.
Still nobody out in the inning. So consecutive infield grounders.
Get up. Let's go. One at a time.
First runner.
Load the bases and then score 2 runs respectively, and that last one most likely is going to be scored in error. I'll bring up Christian Collins from the left side of the plate. Here comes Braden. That one in there for strike one. He finds the zone on the opening pitch to Collins. Chips lead this one 8-4. Tradens with a couple of base runners and nobody out here in their half the sixth. And charge on there, looking for the bunt. Nothing doing.
Good idea, boys. Good idea.
No balls and a strike. Here comes Steiny. That one fouled back, strike one, strike two, 0-2 on the Tritons center fielder. I'm sorry, I said this was Christian Collins. Once again, I'm wrong. It's number 24, Jack Collins.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. Yes.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Collins. Here comes Steiny. That one hitting up this first base line, foul. A scorching strike 2 again. 1-2 on Collins. Still nobody out in the 6th. Here comes Steiny. That's a swing and a miss and a big strikeout for Braden Steinbecker, who will retire Jack Collins.
Sawyer Klein.
Bring up Sawyer Klein. The Tritons first baseman with 2 men on and 1 man down. Klein, his lack of speed makes that double play ball more likely. That one in there for strike 1. Steiny to Klein. 0-1 pitch. That one fouled back, 0-2.
Go, Braden. Keep it up, buddy.
Just over the track into the dirt area where that turf used to be. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. 1 man down, bottom of the 6th inning. Here comes Steiny. That's a swing and a miss. Klein whiffs on strike 3 there. So 2 men down. Still 2 men on. That's going to bring up Trip Wabilski. Steinbecker delivers. That's ball 1. Runner at first is Gavin Gretzinger. That one's strike 1, 1-1. Runner at second is Adam Guyette. Batter is Trip Wabilski, and he's got a ball and a strike from Braden Steinbecker. Here comes the delivery. That one fouled back. 1-2 on Wabilski. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 men on, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Braden Steinbecker readies. And Wabilski's going to call time. He'll stand back in there. Braden readies. Here's the pitch. That one hit on the ground. Too short. Cade going to make the play. Pick and throw to first. That's not going to get it done. And run will score. Throw looked to be a little wide. The bag at first. It's now 8-5. runners at second and third and 2 men down. And that'll bring up Jack Freilich.
Let's go. Back each other up. Let's go.
Freilich stands in there from the left side of the plate. Chip's trying to get out of this 6th inning. That one hit on the ground right at Cade. Cade picks, throws, and retires Freilich to end the inning. But
Manitowoc 8, Notre Dame 5.
Tritons score 3 or 4, and the Ships lead it 8-5 going into the 7th inning here.
No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the.
They scored 4.
I was like, I can't think of the number.
Well, I was reading the last name. What's the last name? But I didn't realize I was looking at the picture that I was looking at. It's not gonna work.
Drew Sajinski back on to work the 7th inning for the Tritons. It'll be Nick Brown to lead things off for the Ships. Ships would like to
Get it going.
get a little more insurance in a game that all of a sudden has a lot more drama than it did 15 minutes ago. They lead at 8-5 here in the top of the 7th. That one, a ball on the first pitch from Sajinski. 1-0 on Brown. Here comes Drew Suds. That one in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Here comes Sajinski. That one hit on the ground right back at the mound. Sajinski's going to pick it and scoop it.
Nice hustle. Nice hustle.
Klein will squeeze it for out number 1. That will bring up Junior Benson Dickerel. Will stand in there from the left side of the plate.
Benson Dickerel.
That one misses, ball 1. Sajinski, the senior righty, readies and rocks back and delivers. Strike on Benson, 1-1. One down here in the top of the 7th. That one looked low, strike 2, however. And I don't have it as good of a view as that home plate ump, obviously, so I'll take his word for it. That one, a ball, 2-2. One down here in the Ships' half of inning number 7. Here comes Sajinski. That one driven into right center. That's going to find the gap between the outfielders, and Benson's going to dig for it too. He's going to cruise into second base with a stand-up double for the Ships here in their half of inning number 7. So with one man down, Braden Steinbecker maybe hopefully able to exercise some of his lingering frustration from that last inning here at the plate with a runner on the pond. Sajinski readies. Steiny waits. There's the pitch. Shows bunt in the air down the first base line, out of bounds. No balls and a strike to senior Braden Steinbecker. Here's the 0-1 delivery from Sajinski. That one in there for strike two. And that would likely take bunt off the menu here for Braden as he'll stand in there at 0-2. With Benson out there at second, one man down in the top of the seventh. Here comes Sajinski. That one hit in the air, foul territory, out of play. That one hit on the ground to the shortstop. It's going to take a tough bounce. Play is going to be made here, and they will retire Steinbecker, and they will move the runner to third.
Come on, break.
That's Schrader.
White odd Van Schrader will step to the bag with two men down here in the seventh inning. But Vance bookends this one just the way he started it. They will not give him the opportunity to do so, as Sajinski will give Schrader the free pass and opt to pitch to Gabe Eichmann. And hopefully Gabe, who has been no stranger to late game heroics on this young season, will make Sajinski pay for that decision.
Come on, Gabe.
Sajinski, with runners at first and third, steps off the mound, looks back. Both Benson and Vance. Here's the pitch. That one popped up, foul, out of play. One strike on Eichmann. Here comes Sajinski. That one lofted in the air, center field. Going to be a play for the center fielder, and he'll squeeze it to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom half of the seventh. Shipbuilders with an 8-5 lead here on the road at Notre Dame Academy.
Now pitching for Manitowoc, number 10, Bennett Johnson. top of the 7th. Cam Michaels.
Come on, Bennett.
So junior Bennett Johnson on in relief here for the bottom of the 7th inning. He will face Cam Michaels to start things out. Bennett awaits and delivers. That one in there for an opening pitch strike, and I'm sure that does wonders for your confidence in this type of situation coming in from the bullpen. Deliver that one right across Main Street for a strikes. Got to give you some confidence, and he'll get the batter to loft out to second. Eichmann will squeeze it.
Jacob Reineke.
Next batter will be Jacob Reineke again for these Tritons. One down, nobody on for BJ. Here's the pitch. That one outside, ball 1. First ball Bennett has thrown here this evening. Here's the pitch. That one in there with some heat for a strike. 1-1. Chips lead this one 5-8. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Trying to get out of here with a win. That's a hesitation swing for Reineke. And he's down 1-2 to Bennett Johnson. The pitch. That one hit on the ground, third base, and just out of the reach of Cade Gropentine. Long throw for Steiny, trying to make that play deep in short. Unable to do so. It's going to be a base hit for Reineke after being down 1-2. So 1 man down, 1 man on here in the bottom of the 7th. It's going to bring up Drew Sajinski, who had been the co-leader in the FRCC for home runs before Vance Schrader leapt ahead of him. That one hit out of play behind the backstop there at home on this first base side. No balls and a strike to Sajinski. Ship's looking to get out of here with a win. Here comes Johnson. That one low ball 1-1. 1 man down. A runner at first is Reineke. Back to first on the pick move. Reineke slides underneath that tag that never was applied. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That one in the dirt. Great job by Cam Brown. Digging that one out.
Got it, Bennett. Here you go, kid.
2 balls and a strike to Sajinski. Here comes BJ. That one, strike 2 call. No, ball 2. Look good. 3 balls and a strike. This pitch. That one hit in the gap between short and third. That is going to bring the tying run to the plate with 1 man down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that is going to be Adam Guyette.
Let's go, Shaps. Here we go.
Runners at first and second here for Adam Guyette. Shibs lead this one 8-5. Here's the pitch. That one low, ball one. One ball, no strikes to senior Adam Guyette. That one in there for strike one, 1-1. One pitch to Guyette. That one a swing and a miss for the Tritons outfielder Adam Guyette slash pitcher. 1 ball and 2 strikes, Bennett Johnson. With 2 men on, 1 man down here in the bottom of the 7th. Ships lead by 1. Guyette at the plate is the tying run. That one low, ball 2, 2-2. 2-2 delivery here for Bennett, forthcoming. Here's the pitch. That one a swing and a miss. He struck him out swinging, and Guyette goes down for out number 2.
Job, Bennett!
So once again, the tying run will come to the plate, this time in the form of Brennan Freilich, maybe. 1-0 on the batter. I believe it's Freilich. Runners at first and second. Bennett Johnson trying to nail this one down. That one driven into the gap at short. It's going to be a base hit for number 21. That was not Freilich. That was Miles Hunter. So tying run aboard here. 2 men down. It's going to bring up Jack Collins. Collins representing the winning run here. Bennett Johnson trying to get the chips out of it. Bases are loaded. That's a swing and a miss from Collins. Strike 1.
Keep it coming, buddy. Keep it coming.
No balls and a strike to Collins. Here comes Bennett Johnson. That one, strike 2 looking for Collins, and the Tritons down to their last strike here.
Come on, Bennett! Come on, BJ!
BJ trying to get out of this one. 0-2 pitch for Johnson, and that's a swing and a miss. He struck him out swinging, and the Shipbuilders will get out of here with a win that didn't have to be nearly this dramatic. Final at Harold Neville Field at Notre Dame High School. Shipbuilders 8, Tritons 5. Shipheads, we got to go now. We'll catch you later.
Manitowoc, good luck the rest of your season.
Take them to the car.